YouTubers, and thank you for tuning into today's very special sort of conversation type video on YouTube. It's a very different video on YouTube because you know why? I'm going to be talking very big so far in this month in April 2024. Now, yes, I've just pretty much returned back from college, and yes, I'm going to talk about lots and lots of things that will be happening around April 2024, and also the things that are already happening around April 2024. Now, yes, of course, yes, I don't think I've got the amount of time to basically show you on one of the most challenging jigsaw puzzles of all time. And of course it was this. It's the Easter 2024 jigsaw puzzle. I'm actually filming it via a camera in reverse because obviously that's my tablet. And here is what the product would look like as if it was on the front. And of course, yes, if I show it on the back, this is just going to be a bit of a sneak peek of what's going to be coming weeks, if not days time, because I can tell what, if I made that jigsaw puzzle, mind you, I'm going to be completely excruciatingly infuriated. Very frustrating if I had to come along and start building this puzzle, but hey, who knows, maybe one day I might start doing jigsaw puzzles like this, but of course this is going to be a sneak peek of what's going to be happening over the next days time, I'm sure about that. Anyways, what's actually going to be happening around April of 2024? There was actually quite a lot of stuff that's actually happening at this year's month. What I can really say about this year's April, it has been quite a bit of a very strange, comatose start to the month in a sense because, well, yes, I did start off animating for April Fool's Day. You know, the one that featured Ryan, of course. There was another animation project that will be set in the rice paddy fields with farting monkeys, I think. But yes, there's also more and more plans that I might try and do in the future. And of course, yes, since I've just started doing a bit of homework from my digital art teacher at my local college, I've actually started to do some very weird rough sketches of just animals, of course. And these are part of my Hanafuda cards project that I'll be doing. And of course, yes, I actually did start the project last year, but I think I should have actually apologized at that moment because I actually started the project last year. But then, of course, yes, I think I must have kept it away and just forgot about that. Sorry if I had to really mention that I was just doing random drawings as part of what's going to be coming for a very long time. So here's another one of these drawings I did. And here's the other side here as well. This is actually part of my art project so far for this year. So yeah, it's one of these things. I'm just pretty much showing a couple of drawings I did. I mean, they're not really the best, but hey, that's what I'm up to for my Hanafuda card project, which are like Japanese playing cards with, I believe it's like paper on one side and the other plastic. I mean, I can't really remember. I think they're a bit smaller than traditional Western solitaire cards. But yes, yeah, there's so many stuff. I feel like I could just pretty much hollow out and just rush out of the door. But hey, I could tell what the guys say. There's another thing that's also been happening so far. Remember I did speak about the complaint in relationship to the National Express West Midlands, where I had to really endure a very scary moment of just two drunk men barging into the bus. That, unfortunately, was one of the worst one of the worst moments to the month. But it had nothing to do with me, and it was really traumatizing. But at the same time, of course, yes, what was really amazing was that I've actually got a new video from another YouTuber called Raku Nexus, and he's done an episode of Yeet Gander, episode 3. And I tell you what, I feel like I'm actually gonna do a bit of a very weird thing, to be honest, because hey, I'm just gonna be thinking secret, of course, doing something secret. But hey, I'm not actually. I'm just kidding, guys. You know what I'm actually after for this. Oh my god, I'm actually after for these things here. Don't tell me, but I'm actually very obsessed with just characters like that and characters like that. No one will find me, I hope. Obviously, I'm just kind of a bit of a very weird nutcase in a sense. I'm just kind of snickering pretty evilly, though, because I don't know what I'm actually on about. But anyways, so yes, April 2024 overall has been quite a very strange start. Now, of course, yes, There's another one thing I did say about the videos going to be not actually going to be made during Saturday and Sunday. That was actually pretty much of a joke, or that was actually pretty much just a bit of a thing that I actually decided for myself. But then I actually thought, no, that's not going to be like the way it's supposed to be, because I think what's going to pretty much damage is pretty much the relevance of how I make videos on my YouTube channel and the way I schedule stuff. Normally on a Sunday, I would often tend to produce videos on YouTube, and yes, it's one of these things. And I'm actually glad that I actually had to change my mind from not making videos on Sunday to actually make videos on Sunday. So that was one of the best things since sliced bread, yet it's somehow, obviously I almost felt like I just didn't want to make a video on Sunday. Well, only once. Well, actually, I didn't actually make any videos on Sunday, but I did upload. I tried to upload one of my videos on Saturday, but then it actually did upload. Guess when? It was on the 7th of April, and that was actually on guess what? Sunday. And I think on my YouTube channel, of course, yes, I will show you the YouTube channel, Raku Nexus, who has actually uploaded his newest video on the YouTube channel, of course. And yeah, I'm actually quite curious of how amazed of just how much stuff it has been. And I mean, it hasn't been really one of the best, but certainly one of the best. Sorry, I'm just saying it metaphorically. But of course, yes, maybe people, I'm just thinking I'm a complete idiot who just says random stuff on my YouTube channel. But hey, I do sort of talk things very factualized because, hey, opinion-wise and fact-wise, no one is perfect. Well, obviously, looking at the feed tab, yes, I had this vlog here, but of course, yes, I might as well just scroll away from what I've just really seen. Of course, yes, well, apart from what I've just seen with the trauma from yesterday on the bus on the afternoon, of course, which my dad had a bit of a phone call, well, guess what? There's my new channel banner. Do you like it, guys and girls? Do you like it? Oh my god, that's gonna probably that's gonna probably trigger some very, very strange people on the internet. Oh my god. Look at that. That's actually one of the most amazing animations I did. It's that there. Very nice. Looking at this video, it was the one I did back in March of 2023. Now it actually turned into an April Fool's joke. And, it really turned out pretty well. Maybe I need to really work on this character. Even more so. I need to probably think of a way to try and do a bit of that kind of stuff. And, of course, I did a bit of plane spotting. That was actually fantastic. Yep, I did a bit of plane spotting. That was very nice of me, trying to do a whole bunch of plane spotting throughout earlier in the month and also late in the month. During the Easter holidays, it was so fantastic spotting some planes. Maybe I need to do some more plane spotting in this weekend. I'm pretty sure about that. And of course, yes, there's so many things I might chat about recently. I also had a nice trip to a nature reserve called Middleton Lakes, which was an RSPB reserve located not far away from Tamworth, I think. And then I've also visited to several parks, and I also made a cool looking yellow truck that I actually did a video at around, guess when? I actually did this tour review at about 3 a.m. No one's pretty sure why I did that, but hey, I did it for the sanity of creating videos like that, hey? Forgot to actually probably, one thing I can do is probably change the title names from just certain yearly and annual dates into actual titles in relationship to the content that you see on the videos online. As somehow, in a sense, this is actually quite interesting. And I know March of 2024 has been quite the most stressful month of all time, but hey, let's see if April can pretty much change the fabric of the channel's suburb. Obviously, because hey, March was pretty tough, but hey, let's hope April can be completely and utterly wild in a very euphoric way. And yes, I'm just being an absolute random person in the sense on YouTube without just being completely and utterly crazy. Well, then there's also another thing I did. I'll show you one of the greatest toys without showing my bum. Obviously, I actually made one of the most amazing vehicles. I actually made two. Of course, yes, I've made two of the greatest vehicles. I made a truck and a car. And you remember I did this toy review? Two of these toys, they were excellent toys I've made. I also finished off that car. That was actually staying for about 2 years ago at my parents' house. Just because of the trauma that I had 2 years ago, which I shouldn't talk about because everything is over. But hey, these two vehicles have certainly been one of the best toys I've covered so far this month. But yeah, actually I did cover this toy in March. Don't get me heckled by the months and stuff. But hey, I just dropped my bloody car. Here it is. There's the car here. Yeah, I think her name is Maybelline. I think. It's an amazing car. She's just somehow straightforward amazing. One of the best models of cars before I've made. I mean, it's not perfect, but hey, surely one day I might probably take this into college and see how they like it or dislike it about the most. And I'm sure everyone will pretty much love it. It's a great looking vehicle. I didn't take these today. But yeah, somehow that's actually quite fantastic. Building model vehicles like that. And also vehicles like that. Hey, I feel like I could just design stuff for kids now these days and probably sell a couple of pounds or probably a couple of dollars if I was in another country like America and Australia. But hey, I tell you what, these toys, I tell you what, after making that video, I bet these things are going to sell like hotcakes. But hey, I'm not going to pretty much talk about them too much because hey, I've got another thing that's also going to be fairly exciting. From this month, and of course, yes, about 2 weeks' time, I'm actually about to go on a very awesome trip with, once again, from my college students. And I'll tell you what, maybe it'll be the best trip since sliced bread, or maybe the worst, but we'll see how it goes. I'm actually quite curious of this place. This is, of course, the National Trust website. Of course, yes, I can accept cookies, but I'm not going to because, hey, that's gonna cause a lot of memory intake. Sorry, I almost accentuated my words with a totally different accent, but hey. This is Attingham Park, which is of course an 18th century estate, opened in 1785, that replaced the, I think it was the Tern Hall, which is located not far away from the River Tern. And Tern is another name for a bird, which lives in the sea and also in water. Of course, it's for all seasons with 200 acres of parkland and Regency Mansion. And it's located not far away from Ironbridge. And strange enough, it's in a village called how do you say this word? Atcham. That's very weird for a name. Let's just go ahead and scroll just a little bit back, because obviously that's the trip I'll be heading 2 weeks' time. And of course, it's located in Shropshire. Shrewsbury, yeah, I don't know if I've actually been to Shrewsbury before. Somehow it's fairly amazing. That looks nothing like Ironbridge, but hey, it's still a classic landmark to see. Of course, yes, I think I went to Shropshire with my dad before, I think it was during the summer of 2018 after we had a massive heat wave back at that time. And I think the BBC weather has told me that maybe we might get another one of those hotter, drier summers, but when rains do pour, it's going to be above average. I just hope, I'm sort of thinking we might as well be very totally aware about the amount of hot and dry summers, including heat waves and droughts, which are going to be quite frequent these days, as sad as it sounds, because of climate change. And I'm really kind of a bit scared about that. And of course, yes, as I'm just scrolling around here, we've got Shrewsbury. Of course, yes, I can't quite remember where the Ironbridge was. I haven't really worked out where the place is. Maybe it's not far away from a place which I believe is named after one of the most horrendous and one of the most absurd Olympic mascots, and I believe there's a town called, I think it's Much Wenlock. I think it's definitely that place there. But here it is, Ironbridge. Definitely that place, because I think that's definitely the place where I went with my dad during the summer holidays. Ironbridge in, guess where? Telford. And apart from Telford is Attingham Park. And a bit of trivia for you, these were the two places that I actually went to Shropshire, and not just Shropshire, they also contain some deer. And I might show you a bit of proof. if I pop back into the National Trust website, there you go, that's what the logo looks like with this amazing iconic oak leaf and acorn sort of symbol here. If I show you what it looks like, without going a bit too crazy here. As obvious as it sounds, anyone recognize this logo here? It's funny, I noticed that the company is actually responsible for actually hosting over 22 different colors or supporting 22 different colors, which is interesting. And if I go back to where I've just left off to, yes, I can definitely see what it's like. It's a great place. The National Trust, I actually had a look at a very amazing lecture or PowerPoint from the college, I think it was, and it was an amazing experience to have, because the person who was chatting within us is basically a person who has just voiced us. Yes, they got a deer park with fallow deer. There's about 180 of these guys and girls, of course. I'm actually quite curious about visiting to this park. Yes, there's opening times, and yeah, I'll be hopefully going to the place at around the 22nd of April, which is, of course, that part here for me, hey? And oh my goodness me, I'm actually looking forward to this place here because of the deer that I'm about to see at this park here, which will be fairly awesome. And of course, yes, I can really look at the wildlife of Attingham Park. Maybe I can just pretty much finish off this video and pretty much do a part 2 about Attingham Park, because it's a great parkland with some walled gardens, a mansion full of arts, you know, displayed on the walls and stuff. There's a play area, some pleasure grounds, and amazing gardens and whatnot of all kinds of flowers and other stuff like that. Hey, it's really, really awesome to see somehow, obviously, because, hey, guess what I'm going to finish off? Well, that there, the fallow deer in the parkland. One of my favourites. I could tell you what I can say. It's one of my favourite sights to see. Somehow it's one of those things. Seeing all of the deer in the park, that's one thing I really want to catch my eye on. Something I really want to see before I probably pass away. Anyways, I think that's probably about it in this video. I might probably chat about this park even more so in another video time, because I think that's going to be about it, making this video. And I hope April of 2024 will be a complete and utterly dynamic month of gloriousness and happiness. And I'm hoping for that to happen. Even though, that being said, that always isn't the case. So, if you really enjoyed in this video, please give this video a like, subscribe for more Flip-Out videos in the future. And as always, thanks so much for watching. And without the hooligans from yesterday around, thank goodness for that. Bye for now. I'll probably have to leave the video here because, hey, I'm about to watch some anime in relationship to green-haired waifus. Or should I just say, I'm about to watch some anime in relationship to green-haired waifus. Bye now.